I cannot believe that nobody else is seeing this in the Bitcoin charts. I have not seen one other analyst show you what I'm about to show you in less than 60 seconds. See, if you subscribe to us, you know this. I've been following the crypto markets every day for like 7 years. We started making regular video content on this channel right here. A lot of people have made a lot of money after they started following this channel. Anyways, look at this. I have never seen a setup like this. And by the way, it's not even just Bitcoin. Bitcoin will make its move, and then maybe 30 days later, Ethereum and altcoins will move. This happens every single time in a Bitcoin bull market. Bitcoin breaks above all-time high. All of a sudden, new people start entering the space. These new people entering the space feel like, oh, well, I missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum. To really make money in crypto, I need to get these lower caps. And that's very similar to us, you and me, us OGs in the market who our Bitcoin and Ethereum, our portfolios have gone up. And we realize, well, Bitcoin's up now. It's probably only going to do a 2, maybe 3x from here. Ethereum 3, maybe 4x from here. If I want to make real money, especially with the profits I've already made, I need to put it in lower cap coins. So after Bitcoin makes its big move, be very vigilant about the next 30-ish days because that's when it's going to start. Now, obviously, not every altcoin is going to moon. I'm just going to be real with you on Altcoin Daily on this channel. We always try to be real with you. Obviously, not every altcoin is going to moon. We have way too many altcoins these days. See, I remember a time, maybe you remember this. I remember a time when Coinbase only had like 3 cryptocurrencies listed: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and then they added a 4th, Bcash. Anyways, the point of this video is not to talk about altcoins. I'll be releasing a top altcoin video very soon, so make sure you're subscribed. By the way, you tell me which altcoins you're buying. Maybe I'll include them in a future video, or at least I'll look into them. So yeah, let me know which altcoins you are buying. And obviously, this goes without saying, the altcoins that are going to move the most this cycle are the newer ones. The smaller market cap altcoins have the greatest potential to really explode. However, I also wouldn't rule out, because obviously, the cryptocurrency market is much more mature than it ever has been, so I would not rule out some of the real quality higher caps moving too. I'm talking about altcoins generating real usership, real revenue, doing real things. So, I mean, Solana, Chainlink, even Tron has really improved from what it once was and what it is doing now. Anyways, I think a big move is coming for Bitcoin. I think a big move is coming for Bitcoin relatively soon. So let me show you this. Look at this. Look at this setup right here. Can you imagine a more perfect setup? Can you imagine a more perfect setup than this? Broke above the resistance, retesting that resistance, now turned into support. This launch pad is in its final form. I mean, the launch pad has been formed. We have a presidential election coming up in a few days. In a matter of weeks, the results will be known. After this happens, and after some initial volatility, I'm sure, all hell will break loose in the Bitcoin market. This is what people don't see. This setup right here reminds me so much of the setup that we had November, December 2020. Who else remembers this time? Who else remembers this period of time right here? It was a magical time in the Bitcoin market for us OGs who had just survived the deep bear market. Again, I think where we are today, it's very similar. And as you can see, just like we are today, here in 2020, price consolidation was consolidating near all-time highs. Look how similar this is to today. Now look what happened after. A huge move followed directly after. This was a huge move. Some people don't think that this can happen again. Some people, well, you tell me, do you think something like this can happen again? I think something like this for sure can happen again, maybe even bigger. So let's actually take my thesis and bring it one step further. So again, I'm postulating that right where we are today in 2024 is like where we were in 2020, right before the huge rally of 2021. Where we are today in 2024, I'm projecting a big rally in 2025. Again, anything can happen, but knowing what we know, let's actually follow through and what could this look like? So we're going to go over here. We're going to go to something called bars pattern. And let's just say, this was kind of the final flush out before the big rally. So we'll start right here and we'll bring it all the way up to, yeah, this is good. So we're going to take this bars pattern and we're going to take it from 2020 and 2021 and we're going to bring it into 2024 going into 2025. So let's do that now. And let's just say maybe this happens in November, where after November, like later in November, then we finally start to see this happen. Let's say maybe something like this happens, where after we form this big launch pad and then we see a rally all the way up to what could be $200,000. And here's the thing, guys. To me, I think the most obvious bet is Bitcoin getting to $100,000 sometime in the next year. To me, I think that's totally obvious. All bets will be off once Bitcoin clearly clears $100,000. Once Bitcoin is clearly above it, then people are going to, be speculating. Well, what is the top of this cycle? Is it 110? Is it 120? Is it 130? Maybe it's 150, 180. Does it even get over $200,000? And I think where you're going to see a lot of people fall short, I think where you're going to see a lot of people actually fall off and not make the amount of money that they could make is when something like this happens. When Bitcoin does clearly clear over $100,000. And let's say we do get up to not 110, not 120, but 130 some $1,000. Everybody will be calling for 150, 200, over 200, but then we see a big flush out where it goes from about, let's say, for example, $135,000 all the way back down to $100,000, and then weeks and weeks later, it falls even further to less than $100,000. Then everybody will be saying, $100,000 is huge resistance now. Bitcoin topped early, just like it topped early in 2021. But then what I think we're going to see is a much bigger rally, basically where something like this happens, where, after a 30-40% correction to below, such big psychological numbers, we see a big rally. In this case, what our example here is projecting is about a little bit less than $100,000 all the way up to $187,000, then $194,000, then $205,000. Now, another thing to keep in mind, and obviously you guys know this, we're just, speculating here. This is just an example. It's certainly, the only thing guaranteed is not going to play out exactly like this. And as you recall, in 2021, I think you'll remember this, things got really exciting really fast. And we actually topped out at the beginning of 2021, which was rare. Of course, we had that second top later, which was just a little bit higher. It was kind of a fake out. But it was surprising how quickly things were moving at the end of 2020 and into 2021. So I actually hope it doesn't play out like this. Back in the day, that was when Tesla bought and Elon was into Bitcoin. Things are so much different now. I think, we've heard and we've seen so many big catalysts come in 2024. The price has to catch up to basically what Elon Musk did by himself in 2021. So much has happened since then, and I think the price has to catch up to that. But my point is that I don't think it's going to rally, do most of its price action in the beginning or of 2025. At least I hope not. I hope it's actually something, kind of slower and more deliberate, like we've kind of shown examples here, where, we don't hit $200,000 in April of 2025. Maybe we hit $200,000 in November, December of 2025. You tell me what you think. At this point in time, we're just waiting for this election to play out. We're waiting to see what happens after November. Is it Donald Trump? Is it Kamala Harris? And, then the market can have some more certainty. So we really have to wait about 2 to 3 weeks. I will be releasing a top altcoin video soon for 2025. Make sure you subscribe. Also, check out this video we did a couple weeks ago. This is also very relevant. These coins are good, or I like these coins. And I'm going to be releasing another one with other coins I like, because there's so many good things going on, interesting, dynamic things. I think a lot of different things in crypto are really going to get on a lot of people's radar come 2025. So subscribe to Altcoin Daily. See you tomorrow, my friends.